Hello and welcome to a demonstration of generative AI and ML based actionable insight generation with Abbott AI. I'm going to take a couple of minutes first to discuss the capabilities of Abbott AI. Given any artifact from network, Abbott AI can perform in-depth analysis and identify the specific 3GPP call sequences. Driven by augmented intelligence, Abbott AI can perform deep packet inspection, use novel and classic ML algorithms to detect anomalous behavior in the network, and provide actionable insights on network communication guided by generative AI. Let's first understand what is an anomaly. An anomaly is any out of the ordinary behavior in the network. Given an artifact like packet capture from network at a specific point in time, Abbott AI will extract the sequence of messages from the TCP dump. Next, it will use a novel sequencing algorithm with a 3GPP powered model for procedure identification. This ML based model is augmented with 3GPP knowledge to correctly identify and classify procedures from the identified sequence. Having completed 3GPP call sequence identification, Abbott AI uses a pre trained novel model bank to detect anomalous behavior. Note that this pre trained model bank is adaptive in nature, that is, it can learn from its environment to detect customized outliers. Using AIML, Abbott AI successfully points out anomalies within the network traffic. Abbott AI, powered by generative AI and 3GPP specifications, uses both packet captures and network logs to analyze and determine actionable insights for any anomalous behavior in the network. We have already discussed the mechanisms of the PCAP analyzer. The log analyzer takes input from several sources to correlate and analyze logs from multiple NFs for any derived context. Once both analyzers have performed their functions, Abbott AI uses LangChain based multi LLM analyzer and RAG to perform error diagnosis. Once an exhaustive analysis is completed, Abbott AI also summarizes the insights to make it more compact and comprehensible. This is how Abbott AI combines the powers of multiple language models as well as retrieval augmented generation to generate PCAP and log based actionable insights. Now let us look at a couple of interesting live cases. Here we have the case of PDU session establishment rejection. After a successful completion of initial registration between Abbott Genode B and a commercially deployed disaggregated 5G core, when a PDU session establishment request was sent, instead of a PDU session establishment response, the core responded with a rejection message. I have already collected the artifacts and now we will use Abbott AI to process them. Once we start analyzing, Abbott AI will first trace the PCAP to identify nodes and 3GPP call sequence, followed by gathering insights from various large language models. And here's the first look at the generated insight. Let's analyze further. Here's a brief description of the issue, followed by relevant error logs from the various log files. This clearly shows that it is a bad SQL grammar exception, and since we have worked with team on this, we can actually say that whatever Abbott AI has hinted here that it is a database issue, it is in fact correct. And the team has already worked on it. Next, we have PDU session modification rejection. After initial registration and PDU session establishment, Abbott Genode B was attempting to modify the PDU session by sending a PDU session modification request to the commercially deployed all-in-one private 5G core. However, instead of responding with a PDU session modification response, the core rejected the modification request. I have collected the artifacts here as well and we have started processing. The steps are same as before. We have first traced the PCAPs and gathered insights from various large language models. This is the reason for failure. When we analyze further, we see detailed description of the issue that had occurred as well as logs from various nodes that gives insight into the reason for the particular issue. Let us look at another case. Here we are trying to terminate an established PDU session. For that, Abbott Genode P has sent a PDU session termination request to the all-in-one P5G core. However, the core has rejected the termination request and responded with a NAS downlink transport message. Let us analyze why. The steps are absolutely same as before. We first trace through PCAPs and then generate insights from different large language models. And here's a first look at the insights generated. On analyzing further, we see a detailed description of the issue, along with error logs that clearly indicate why video session termination was rejected. This has been a glimpse into the capabilities of About AI. Powered by generative AI and ML, About AI can ingest network traffic, perform exhaustive error diagnosis using multiple large language models and RAG, and provide holistic and comprehensible actionable insights. Thank you for tuning in.